get to it.
So
our other one will be quick.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you something, Larry.
Yeah.
A couple of things happened back in 2018 when you were first here,
Let's
right?
see. What's
So our
happening?
last episode dropped literally this time last year. I mean, this time 4 years ago. And so many things have changed.
Yeah, I'm fat.
One of the things that have changed, we don't have segments
You so
anymore.
extra.
So if y'all go below and y'all look at the last episode that Larry was on, it was a complete. If y'all are new here, like if y'all just came to Where Was the Podcast, like in the past year or 2 years, totally different show 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's
You
fun.
talk about you fat. I lost a lot of weight from that
You
episode.
lost a
I
lot
was
of
looking at that
weight.
episode like really
I gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, I had a kid, so like I was pregnant.
You had a kid.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just gonna say you're a
I used
dad
to have
now.
a whole jawline. Now it's just like
Well, I made a list of all the things that have changed, and we're gonna address them all.
talk to me.
The first one was we still had segments, no big deal. The second thing, I was telling a lot of my family's business on that episode.
That episode?
Yeah,
I was just a quick.
but I talked, but it was detailed. It was like
Yeah.
he cheated on such and such. Like it was like very,
Yeah.
it was very detailed. So that's one thing. We don't have to talk too much about that. But the next thing that I really wanted to know, because I just feel like life is very cyclical sometimes. We had a conversation 4 years ago about Bow Wow. And he had just said publicly that he was wanting to do like a Bow Wows and Friends tour. And he wanted to do like Madison Square Garden. Since then, we've gotten 2 Millennium tours. And now Versus.
Which they clearly stole that idea from
want us to
him
talk
because he
about
wasn't
that.
even on the first Millennium.
He
It
was
wasn't
not
about
on
it.
the first
And they
Millennium Tour.
clearly stole that idea from him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that was probably his. But
And
what
you
wanna
said he
know?
couldn't do it.
And you
What'd
said
you
he
say?
couldn't.
You were one
What'd I
of
say?
you
He
on
couldn't
the.
do what?
You said you felt like Bow Wow couldn't do like a tour of that of just Bow Wow and Friends. You was like, if he did,
But-
he would have to just do it like in like Atlanta or something like that.
But at the end of the day, did he?
he did.
Or did Millennium Tour happen and then he got on it after?
Well,
Well, he wasn't on the first one.
So did
right,
he do it?
But they said that the only reason he didn't do the he said
Yeah,
the,
right.
The only reason he didn't do the first one was because it was so much about B2K, and he was like, he's a headliner. So he was like, but the
That is
first
exactly
one was
what
so
he
much
said.
about B2K that they couldn't have split it where it would have been like B2K
Was
and
Soulja
Bow
Boy
Wow.
on the first one?
No.
He was on
He was
the
the
second
second one with Bow Wow.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel that. But at the same time, it ain't his shit.
But they still stole the idea from him. But the second one, it was his.
It was a
because
good
he was the
idea, but
headliner.
the thing
He was the
is
last one.
like Bow Wow and Friends is the thing about Bow Wow and Friends would be what the Millennium Tour was. It would just be the same people, other than like Pretty Ricky, I guess. But it would be like B2K, it would be Soulja Boy,
Yeah.
and what, the Brat? You know what I mean? Like how many friends he got? Snoop?
Talk
Maybe.
about-
I'm just thinking of people who he got songs
Who
with.
definitely his
Bow Wow
friend.
was always around associated
Yeah,
with.
like he was associated
Jagged
with Snoop. He was
Edge.
Jagged
They
Edge.
could've
That would've been good.
Chris Brown could have been there.
Chris could have been
Chris
there,
Brown did it.
but
Sierra.
Omarion could have been there.
I don't know.
Omarion, of course.
yeah, but Omarion thirsty, like they was saying. You see what J Boog said about that boy?
What did J Book say?
You ain't see
Jay
that?
Book, no, I
Jay Z
seen
put
what
that
Jay-
man in the toilet.
Jay
Is that why he
Book had-
said y'all
I
was
said
praying on my
Jay-Z.
downfall?
Huh?
Nah,
Is that what Omarion was talking? I mean, yeah, Omarion
Did he
was
say
talking
that
about.
after? He might have said that
Well,
Oh.
Jay Boog, Lil Fizz, they both
They was
like
commenting.
made a like they commented on the whole versus thing,
Right.
like with his voice cracking and whatever happened. But it was like
bad.
quick. It was like a small little thing. But when Omarion finally said something in response at the end, he was like, "Oh, it's no surprise. Y'all always been hating on
Yeah.
me. Get a job other than hating on. Oh, I heard UPS.
I
is
saw that.
hiring."
Yeah.
But
Like,
what did
so
Jay Book and them say?
Jay
Jay
Boog
Boog
went
said a
into
lot.
the whole script of how basically he went into some LA shit. Like, nigga, you always wanted to be famous. You always wanted to be the man. You was always jealous that you weren't the man. Like, and what he said was facts. Like, I remember when the second album came out, he was talking about how, first of all, he said how they was bringing in people to sing Omarion vocals because he couldn't sing them himself.
Oh,
And then he was saying like, and then he got jealous of J Boog because J Boog had the first verse on the first single of the second album. And Girlfriend.
Oh shit.
And then
But
it
they-
was, no,
but they had it both.
Girlfriend, he sung the hook on. I think J Boog was
Jay Boog and Omarion split up the first verse. Like it would
Right,
be like Jay
but
Boog was like,
it was the other. It was another. It was a slower song. It was a slower song after that. That J Boog was the first verse song. J Boog sung the whole verse. I mean the whole chorus of Girlfriend though. And I think it was either one or the other way. Regardless, he was like, "You just mad because me and Fizz was the heartthrobs." And when I was a shorty, I remember girls cared about.
Oh, that's
J.
very
Boog
true. And Little Fizz.
and Fizz.
I was
didn't give a
definitely
fuck
a J
about
Boog baby.
Omarion.
Very
They
true.
really didn't give a fuck about Raz B.
Nobody
No,
liked
no
Raz.
one
Nobody
really
liked
cared.
Raz.
No one really
except
cared.
for fucking Chris Stokes. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong, man. But Chris Stokes is a bad person.
it's
And
the
if we locking
reality.
people up, Chris Stokes is first on the list for me. I mean,
Yep.
not first.
Not
I mean,
first on the list.
You know, nah, he ain't first. He ain't first. It's more
But
people.
people did like Omarion.
Barely,
My
though.
best friend at the time was an
Did she-
Omarion fan. Like
Did she like him at B2K or did she like him at Touch?
no B2K.
Okay.
When
Check 'em
B2K
out.
came out, she was Omarion crazy, and I was J Boog crazy.
You wanna
Everybody
know
I
what's
knew was
crazy?
J Boog crazy.
'Cause he
and
was
Lil
fine.
Fizz crazy.
You want to know what's crazy?
What?
As an adult, I listen to B2K a lot.
Still?
hmm
That's deep.
Because
So you still
nostalgia is
Nah,
very
we ain't gonna
important
get
to
into who
me.
you supporting. Because he in jail now, so it's all good.
Stop. I know who I'm supporting,
Okay.
but I'm doing it inadvertently, and
Alright.
I
I mean, most people do.
I have to make myself comfortable. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I can do and certain things that I cannot.
And
B2K is one of the things that I can do.
from
Yeah.
back then.
So I listen to a lot of B2K just because I like nostalgia.
Me too.
And Omarion, he's a star.
He is a star.
He's a star.
He's a star.
He's a star. Like, as a person who, like, loves B2K, like, I'm talking about front to back, every album, Christmas album, everything. Like, loved B2K.
Same songs on two of them albums.
Oh,
We ain't gonna get to that.
Marion, yeah.
They only was out for 2 years, I think, right?
It wasn't that long.
They wasn't that
wasn't
long.
that
They had a
long.
big
But
impact
they
for that
had
small.
they had two
About 2 or
albums
3
and a
years.
Christmas
It wasn't-
album.
And they had the
Jay
movie.
Boog-
They had, I would say they had
Jay
two
Boog
albums, a
said
Christmas
on the-
album and a soundtrack.
It was
Jay
like
Boog said
01
in
to
that thing,
04.
He was like, we had the biggest run in the shortest amount of time ever.
I think so
Absolutely.
It
too.
was like
Yeah,
2
it
years.
was
It was really like
short.
3 years or something. It wasn't
It
that
really
Had
long.
to have
was.
at least been 3 because they filmed
They
the
did
whole
not
movie.
finish. They did not finish high school.
That
They
movie
had
didn't take
two
long to
albums,
shoot,
a
though.
Christmas album.
Well, I'm
and a
just saying,
soundtrack.
like,
Yeah,
they
they
had
filmed.
to.
No, they did
has to
good.
get
But I
ready
mean,
for
Between
that.
albums,
Two
the
of those
movies, I'm
albums had
thinking
the
of like
same
different
songs on them.
features they
Not
had,
the
and then we
same
saw them
song.
get
Couple of the
older,
same songs,
One.
like their
But-
look
Why I Love You.
and everything.
That's enough.
That's one song.
You know, now they call that cheating. If I put out a song that was
But
charting,
that second
and then
album
you throw it
also
on my
had a
album.
hidden song. I just showed Michael this
She
because
just
a lot of
played it
people
for
don't
me.
remember that.
What?
At the end of Pandemonium, there's a song called "What You Get." If you like, when you had the CD
Mm-hmm.
and you let that shit play, the very last song, which was "Boys for Life."
Mm-hmm.
I know these albums front to back, y'all. You let that shit play for like a whole minute later. What You Get would play, and What You Get is a fucking bop. So if they have one song that's on 2 of their albums, they made it up for it by
for
hidden
that extra
track.
song. Okay, I got you.
Because
It's
that's not
still-
because you can't find that on Apple or Spotify
But
because
then-
it was not listed as a song. It was hidden.
But then Omarion hated on the book. He
I
hated on the
understand.
Fizz, and he said, "I'm going
So I hated on the
solo.
book,
I'm
hated
going
on the
solo. Y'all
Fizz."
niggas ain't got baby hairs and braids.
I don't understand.
You know what I'm saying? You got an S curl, nigga. You just rap.
I don't
and
understand
you,
what
I don't
happened
know
to
what's going on with you.
Omarion
Go to
in his
China.
versus battle.
And he started rapping.
Like,
He
I don't
singing.
understand what happened to him in his versus
What you
battle.
mean? What happened? Let me
Like,
They were
I'm
all
not
drunk.
I'm not a big Omarion fan. Let me get like I'm not
They
a
were
huge
drunk.
like Omarion stan or nothing.
They were
but
drunk.
he's okay. And during that versus, it was like I'm like, who are you right now? He
Yeah.
was
But you know
Omarion
what?
is a
terrible.
LA
But
nigga to the
we
core.
talked about this last night. Something was going on with their sound too, because
Yeah, it was,
the people
it was.
who had like just
They
their
s-
the footage of people's phones didn't sound bad at all.
Right.
It said two
At
people was
all.
on sound. It said Mario had one person for himself, and Mario had
But it
one
was
person.
only Mario doing the whole thing, and I think
Only Mario was what?
Mario's sound person
was good.
was doing the whole thing.
Oh, I thought it was 2 people.
That's what they said.
That's what they.
That's a
That's
lot
what,
of
I thought that's
drama.
what Mario and them said. But the point of the matter is this:
Talk about you.
if your mic on, your mic on.
Right.
So if you can't
I
sing,
know,
you
but
can't
I
fucking
did-
sing.
But I did.
But
say-
Omarion
Mario-
can sing.
Barely.
He's not like
Michael
Now,
sound,
you can
Mike
sing.
sounded better than Mario just now.
But that
Let's be
fucking-
real,
but
y'all.
That motherfucking
Omarion is
Jeremiah.
okay.
Ooh, I saw Jeremiah. He came out at the
He
Diddy
sounds
tour.
so bad.
Can't sing.
Listen, if
He
anybody
sounds
who
really
know
bad.
me watching this and y'all know Jeremiah, forgive me, but the nigga sucks sometimes. A lot of
That
times.
wasn't his best.
Live.
But Jeremiah has never
Studio?
been a
vocal.
Sing,
list.
yeah,
Girl,
he's
it's
never
your
been
birthday,
that.
girl.
I
I
think
know
he
you
has
want
a
to
sound.
ride.
Yeah.
I think that he has a sound that people like for certain songs.
For a time.
But he's not a singer.
Him
Nah, he
and
never been. He a vibe maker.
what's the other guy that Diddy
He a vibe
just
maker.
put a song out with?
Bryson
His new-
Tiller?
Yeah,
He sucks too.
Same thing.
Really?
I just like-
I kind of get
Bryson.
from both
Bryson.
of
So
them.
he's not a vocalist.
Right, but he's not
No,
a
he's not a
vocal.
singer,
Frank
though.
Ocean, he's not a
No, he's not.
vocal.
That's why he don't like to perform.
I never heard it. Maybe
Frank
I missed
Ocean?
the performance.
Frank Ocean cannot sing. Let's stop.
No, I
Are
didn't say he
y'all
can't
crazy?
sing.
Not
no.
like that.
Right, not like that.
A
I don't-
vocalist.
he's
Have
not
y'all
a
seen him sing
vocalist.
live?
Yes,
Yeah.
and he's bombed more times than he succeeded. You can Google it.
I don't think he bombed, but he sounded like what he
The
sounds
reason, I'm gonna
like.
be honest with y'all. The reason Frank
the
Ocean
CD,
do this
which is-
mysterious
okay.
Has
shit
an amazing
is because he
voice.
can't perform like that.
Perform is one thing, but
Performing
sing,
for him is just singing and maybe a piano. He don't dance.
But
All he gotta do is sing.
he has a beautiful
might-
voice.
Yeah, in the studio with some help, just like Giveon did.
Yes, I love the gas.
Like, let's be real. Giveon just fucked up that song on there because
It
But
wasn't
Giveon
Giveon's
can
fault.
sing though.
they say it was the programmer's
Giveon
fault.
wasn't Giveon's
But at the
sing.
same
Couldn't hear
time,
himself.
do your own thing. Do what you gotta do. Turn that mic off and sing loud.
But as a
Jamie
voc-
Foxx ain't never sucked.
Okay, wait. As a vocalist, as a
Jamie
person who's
Foxx
been
ain't
on
never
stage,
sucked.
as a person who has sang on stage, it's very hit or miss when you're on that stage. But I do know enough to know what I need to do
What you
if
can
I'm
do.
not sure.
What you can
Like
do.
when I hear
yeah,
the
that's real.
things, because I sing with
Take that
live
shit out.
bands. I'm in a band.
Listen.
So when I sing with a live band, you gotta know what you. I'm not going to try to project my voice when I'm not sure.
Yeah, like,
No, I'm not gonna.
You hit
I'm
some
not. I'm
runs
not gonna
that you
give
don't
y'all
know.
head register. Y'all only getting
Yeah.
chest from me when the band is doing a lot.
right.
I'm not giving you nothing but chest. And I think
Spoken
maybe
like
a
a
lot of
true
vocalists
performer.
aren't trained like that because y'all know I'm coming from LMH era, so we were trained.
Yeah,
They had us
exactly.
on the treadmill.
Y'all definitely.
They
were.
had us on the
Absolutely.
treadmill doing our whole set individually to make sure that we can do that shit on stage. So that shit has never left me. And I'm not like this amazing singer, but I know when
Right.
to back off. And a lot of vocalists I don't think know when to do that.
They gonna learn now.
I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Frank Ocean ain't that great as a singer. He's a cool He's a cool
I think he's
songwriter.
good at what he
Just like you said,
does.
Bryson Tiller's a cool songwriter. I don't want to give him great.
I don't want to put Bryson
'Cause,
Tiller
like-
and Frank Ocean in the same.
But they
Ooh,
are
no,
the
that's
same.
sentence.
They are the same though. Like I feel like people. Frank Ocean has set his career up to the point where people make him bigger than he really is as an artist. Because like we anticipate stuff and then we get disappointed with it and we just don't talk
I'm
about
not
it no more.
I don't know
that's
who
facts.
we is.
No,
I've
I've
been
been-
very
I've been-
disappointed.
I've been
I don't
disappointed.
know who we is.
As
I've been
a whole,
disappointed.
though.
I've
As
been-
a
I have been
whole,
disappointed.
though.
His last project was Blonde. Blonde is amazing front to back.
Blonde is okay. Like, I
Every
just don't think he that
song.
good. I don't
Every
think he that good.
song.
I think
still
James
listen to every
Fauntleroy. I
day.
think James Fauntleroy is
I can't listen
3,000
to it.
times better than Frank Ocean.
Sure.
3,000 times better. And he don't have
Maybe.
no projects because he ain't sexy or whatever. But at the same
he
time,
not
he
sexy.
makes. I mean, because sex
not
symbol shit
bisexual.
matters. And Frank Ocean, he got that. Like he colors his hair and shit, and he's mysterious, just like
He's
Beyonce.
bi.
A big
And he's
thing
bi.
about Beyonce is that she don't talk. This is why she succeeds so much because she don't do a lot of interviews. You don't really have to know her personal. You kind of get it when she give it type shit, and that makes a superstar. Prince, I mean, for a time, Michael Jackson before he started doing all those interviews, like. The mysteriousness, the mystique of an artist is what makes an
But I
artist.
think that's
D'Angelo,
that's
for
where
example,
that's where we're fucking up now.
he could drop an album 10 years in between because when your music
You wanna
speaks for
know.
you, when your music is good and it speaks for you, you don't have to speak.
Yeah.
But like a lot of
And
artists,
because you don't speak, we want to know.
but
So
now we
hoping
need to
get a
know.
glimpse
Now they
in your
want you to do a
music.
TikTok of your newest show. Like they got Megan Thee
Because
Stallion
it's not
doing.
enough of us now. Enough of the people
But
that
Megan Thee
think
Stallion is
like
also,
you
what,
and like
26?
other
I
people
don't
of that
think- I
generation.
don't
It's
think
not
that's
enough
true.
of us.
I don't think that's true. I think it's just
We
not
gonna-
enough really good talented artists.
But
out.
I also think that Megan Thee Stallion gets away with doing what she does because she's literally in her 20s. Like she's young.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
She's
just
part
saying
of
I'm
that
not even just
generation.
using Megan Thee Stallion. I just mean like how record labels have forced TikTok
Yes.
onto artists.
But
Moneybagg
Megan
Yo
is a
do
person
it.
who
Yeah.
But I
like
think
is
they need
talented
that.
and
Well, I'm not saying they're not talented.
no, I know, but I'm saying like she is the person that is like almost an anomaly out of everybody else because the TikTok shit is just like it's truly a treat to people who are a fan to
Right.
her because she's genuinely talented. The people are always on their toes.
What's up,
rooting
hotties?
for
This is
her.
But I'm not gonna
But
lie.
like these like
we don't need to know that
light
much.
skinned Keisha.
I think that
We don't need to know
I
that
That's
think
what I'm
that
saying,
the
but, like,
young
these
people
other
do need to know
girls,
that
like,
much.
nobody
Because I
is
think
like-
us, the generation that doesn't need to know that much, we got shit to do. Like, you know, like we have careers, we have kids, we have other things to do. So we're not always going to be at every single show and every single event and buy every single thing that all these new artists are coming out with. So they need all the 12 to 21-year-olds to run and do everything. And they do need to know everything.
And they on
out
TikTok
right now. For real. It's not a lot of new artists, rather, that are going to be here for the next 20, 30 years.
It don't matter.
And it do matter because the artists that I'm talking about have been around for 30 years.
Yeah.
We talking about D'Angelo. We talking about Beyonce. We talking about, Frank
Usher.
Ocean has been able to do what he's done because of not talking.
But
like,
also,
I just think like the PR works. Like,
but I think the PR people also know the type of artists that they have.
Uzi Vert is for the young people. We don't know much about Uzi Vert. And because we don't know much about Uzi Vert, every time he drop, it's a fucking party. It's a big deal because you don't know what he's doing other than fucking with JT. You don't know what he's doing. He might fight some random rappers. But you don't know.
I don't want to know that.
All you know about Uzi Vert, he put a diamond in his head. He ain't put no music out. But when he put music out, it's a thing because you still ain't talking to him about that diamond. He might rap about that diamond now. He not going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Mystique carries an artist if you're really good. Drake,
but like you said,
water himself really down because
good.
Right. I think
Drake
a lot of artists today know that it's a moment. Right. They know that this is their moment, so they're milking it because they know.
But also
they're
understand
not that type
as
of artist.
A consumer, you're milking microwave food. This isn't going to last long. The shit that we like for the moment. A lot of this shit sound the same. Like only the pioneers really take it for a long time. Like I would say Dirk and Future are the kings of the new wave of harmonizing rap. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I think Lil Baby's pretty good, but Lil Baby another nigga who don't talk a lot. So you gotta listen to his music.
Yeah, Lil Baby really good.
Lil Baby's a superstar because he don't talk a lot. Young Thug is a superstar because he don't talk a lot.
He in jail.
Well, he's still a superstar.
Yeah.
People love.
No, but I'm saying you talking about
he in jail, and y'all talked about Chris Brown and the drug shit. He was kicking with Young Thug and Gunna, so
they be doing
them yerks.
Well, wait.
And Chris Brown moved the exact same.
More on your list? I'm sorry.
I do. I want to make sure that we
only
address
have
this
a couple minutes left.
because I want
Yes,
I really want to make sure that we address something that we talked about in 2018 with you.
Come on.
I'm not quoting this verbatim, but this is a quote.
Mm-hmm.
You said that Tiana Taylor was the Aldi brand.
I watched that. That was what came up on my phone the other day. That's what came up on my phone.
Of branding.
She is still.
I remember him saying that.
She is still. When I watched it out the other day, I was like, damn, I was right. Because like
I'm having a hard time with Tiana Taylor right now. I'll let you
Tiana Taylor, and when I say the Aldi's brand, it's really not even Aldi's. It's like literally knockoff. Because like she has the tone, but she don't have no control. Oh. No control over how she can do it. And then she get in her own way. Like we was sitting here talking about the Kanye shit and how she was upset with that. And then like the last album, everybody claimed it was so great. Who cared after it was so great that first week? Yeah, nobody.
That's true.
Like she just she gotta figure out what she wanna do thing.
For the name Tiana Taylor, I have a hard time with her live because it's always a fucking technical difficulty. Mm-hmm. Always. I'm sick of it because I saw her in person. I saw her live in person. Technical difficulty, lights, something with video, something with someone's timing as a dancer, bullshit. And then I watched her on YouTube with Something's in the Water, Pharrell's festival. Technical difficulties. Like, how many times are we gonna keep dealing with your team not knowing what the fuck they're doing?
You know what the problem is?
Because she don't have those problems when it's somebody else's show.
She
don't. She just comes on for something else.
It drives me nuts.
Somebody else produced.
I'm like, damn, T.
Because Tiana Taylor really has to take. I mean,
and she's
to me
so talented.
I feel like she got to take a step back and really hone in on her talent. Like, work on that. Because when you Usher, like we talk about Usher doing the Tiny Desk, if something fucked up, we would have never knew because he's going to carry. She not carrying her shit.
No,
so that's why she got to get out of her ass. Like, yeah, you was on Sweet 16.
No, seriously, someone brought that up too.
No, up the oldest thing that she's
someone
done.
literally said it's always giving Sweet 16.
When you're 16 years old and shit like that happened for you, you carry that. I don't give a fuck. You was on MTV. Nobody knew you. You was signing for real. All of that shit. So then when you get on, it's like I'm supposed to be here, and it's not that my talent is telling people I'm supposed to be here. It's me telling people. So now I kind of got to keep up with what I said as opposed to what I'm doing. Like
Which is crazy.
Her best album was Kanye shit, and she was mad about that shit.
That album was so good.
People loved her first one too.
Y'all think it was better than that first album?
I think it was better than that album. I do.
Only thing I don't like about that second
way.
album was the one that she did, because Kanye did like 6 of the songs and she did 1, and that shit was kind of hot.
Wait, what song was that?
It was the dance one. It was the dance one.
Pussy.
Yes, that fucking trash.
I love that song.
That shit should have never been on that album. Though. It didn't fit the vibe.
It didn't fit the vibe.
It shouldn't have come right after Never Would Have Made It.
And honestly, Never Would Have Made It shouldn't have been on there.
No, exactly.
That shouldn't have been on there either.
We had a whole music
you
conversation.
said something true though. Like I remember her like around the Sweet 16 like episode time, and then like when she first started coming out, she talked about how she kind of don't know what she want to do. How she has so many,
and her label has fucked her over so many
different ways, and has so many ideas that she doesn't know what she wants to do and where she wants to stay and kind of like focus on. And that probably is something that she still struggles with into adulthood, which is like deciding.
But I've never heard a song by her and felt like, oh, she's not meant to do this.
No, I never said she's not meant to do what she's doing. No. I just feel like she could do it better though. Like I feel like we got to think about like how we talking about Usher again. Like Usher was a child. He's like the second coming of a Michael Jackson type of artist, because and Justin Timberlake is one of them too in a way.
Yeah,
because they were so young.
Grow from a child.
That's who his verses should be with. By the
way, Justin
Timberlake.
Yes. No, I agree. As much as there's a lot of stuff surrounding Justin Timberlake that I don't agree with, and I don't,
I didn't like him performing for Prince when Prince didn't fuck with him. I didn't like that.
I don't want us to give Justin the attention that he gets as black consumers. But as far as talent and longevity,
and they similar,
they was generation,
they was in the same era
the entire time.
As far as talent and longevity goes, that is the only person that can match up.
But they're not gonna throw no white boy in there.
They should. They should.
What I'm saying is
that's dumb.
That'll revive versions.
We talking about Usher as a child star growing into an adult.
Yes.
And then we got people like Tiana Taylor we talked about. We got people like Chris Brown we talked about.
Yeah.
And they've had a little bit of a harder time. Omarion. They've had a little bit of a harder time transitioning to adults. And it's really because they be full of themselves. I feel like Usher, if he has any rift with his people, we never know.
We don't know nothing.
And it's like, if you listen to Chris Brown, you know, somebody tried to argue with me that Chris Brown wrote his records, and I was just like, y'all are nuts. Like, read the credits. Right. But like,
I miss CDs.
I
would really sit and read everything.
I mean, they got it on Apple now.
No.
They do?
They have it on Apple?
I don't even use Apple.
But it still don't feel this. It's almost like with a book.
But if you go to
like a physical book. You got to see the thank yous and all of that. Yeah, I love that.
But if you go to View Full Lyrics, you can see everybody who's credited.
That's where you got to see it. See, on Tidal, you just click the info, and it shows you everything. It shows you who did the background vocals. It shows you who engineered.
I don't even think about it anymore.
I do.
When I used to buy an album, I would sit right down and open it up, and that was the first thing I did. Now,
so into like, I'm very into the depths of music. Like, I don't just like who sang it. I need to know who wrote it. I need to know who produced it. I need to know where it was at. I just like to know that shit. So like, I keep up with that type of shit. That's how I know a James Fauntleroy or Eric Bellinger, those kind of guys, because like they write a lot of hits. They write a lot of hits. Even like a Sean Garrett. But like, when you look at the way that Usher was able to grow as an artist, it was because he was okay with listening to other people. And I feel like people like Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown don't really like hearing other people's opinions. That's why Chris Brown could drop a 97-song album, because ain't nobody gonna tell him no. Whereas like when Kanye was on that wave, I was telling all my artist friends to do the same thing when Kanye was doing that 7-song album shit. Because at that time, we trying to really, at the end of the day, we trying to cheat the system. Where like all these people got these farms. I listen to music. Y'all listen to music. If you listen to an album that's like 8 songs long, 3 hours gonna go by before you notice you listen to the album 3 times.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 4 times. And that's so many streams.
Right.
And if 1 million people do that, you gonna kill.
It's up.
But it's like, this is what I used to try to explain to like some of my friends and people who I know that are artists and they actually sell records. Like, you need to do that because that's where it was at. And she did that, and she still had problems with how he was tweaking the vocals, or he was taking out background vocals and this and that and the third. Because, like, you could kind of hear, like, certain shit. I could hear certain shit where I was like, man, some harmony's supposed to go right there, but it wasn't no harmonies there. And it was just like, you got to respect who you're working with. Kanye is a fucking super producer. Like, he know what he doing. And I feel like with her calling him out, that tarnished you a little bit. Even if Kanye is crazy to everybody,
right,
you still fucking over somebody who's helped you out.
Right.
And the same thing with like Chris Brown, he really didn't do it, but like if Chris Brown just sat with like a Brian Michael Cox for an album, what would it be? You know, it would be something.
Can you imagine?
You know what I'm saying? Because he's a performer.
Yeah.
He don't have to write everything. He could tweak what he want to tweak, just
Right.
like Beyonce do. Beyonce don't write everything.
Right.
She the same way as Usher.
Exactly.
They grew up in that system, and that shit has worked for them. And all these other artists we talking about, they let this self shit get in the way of who they could become. Like Usher Usher is the only artist right now that has a residency, but still can put out some new shit and people gonna care.
Exactly.
Whereas like most people who have a residency, that's like your farewell fit tour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, thank you all my fans.
Yeah, come and see me in Vegas. I'm staying at the,
Mariah Carey did it. Didn't she do it?
And nobody cares about nothing she got going on other than Christmas songs.
I think people care whenever she do, because her fan base is so big.
Mariah could always come back.
Yeah,
for sure. But
because
I
they
feel
went
like Mariah
nuts
is
because
one
she
of
was
them
popped
people
up at the BET Awards.
She,
It did look crazy.
But it was really because of who
I
she popped
well,
up for,
I was
too.
saying I don't know if I'm that demographic, but I went nuts. I go nuts to see her because she's a legend, but
She
I don't
is
know
that.
that I'm gonna run to a Mariah
No,
Carey
I
album.
personally would not. I know I personally
Right. But that's
what I'm
wouldn't,
saying,
but
like,
I
I don't
know
know.
But
that
think-
she has that fan base
Yeah.
that will.
2005 to 2009, because it was like 2005 and 07. I feel like her and Mary J. Blige were putting out albums at the same time every year, and them bitches was like. Now I'm talking about the albums, not them two.
No.
I'm talking about them albums.
Them bitches was.
Them
No,
motherfuckers was up. The albums that they put out
Right.
were like some of their best albums. JD was back in the mix and shit. Like,
Early
it was
2000s, yes.
Yeah, it was like the mid 2000s. It was like 2005 to 2000.
You're right,
It was
right.
after Confessions
Right.
and before Drake. It was like before Alicia Keys like did the songs with Drake and shit like
Yeah.
that. Like it was in that moment where like Emancipation of Mimi and like
And that
Growing Pains came out and
an
all of that
album.
shit.
a
Like
motherfucking album.
It was
right
dude,
there.
definitely an
them
album.
albums put them to the point where they were already who they were, but it made them like even more.
It's like, wow.
Like this is the icing on our cake. So it's
It
like
Yeah.
them are some of the artists who grew into listening to people. Like at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie, Mary J. Blige's ex-husband, when he was with her, she was making some of her best music. He might have inspired it, but she was making some of her best music.
I disagree. But
What? Her Growing Pains and shit wasn't good?
What's his name?
Kendu.
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 Kendu's era is not better than Share
Just
My
fine,
World
fine,
or
fine,
My Life.
fine.
Share My World or My Life.
That's Diddy though.
But I'm saying like Kendu's era is not better.
But I ain't
than
saying that.
Share My-
Kendu.
But that's what I'm saying. That wasn't her best to me.
No, I ain't say it was her best.
That is
I'm
my
saying
J-Lo.
like as an adult,
Yeah,
that was her
that's what I
best.
see.
She
What I'm
wasn't. She
looking
wasn't a
at.
grown ass woman in the
I mean,
early
but
90s.
we're talking about her discography as a whole.
Oh no! But that's like anybody like Usher
love
and
this.
everybody else is in the beginning of their career. But what's gonna keep you there
I
is
know,
that
but like
extra
for us to
shit.
say somebody's best, we have to count all the.
I ain't say that was her best.
You literally
Did I say that?
You said it
You
was some of her
said
best
when that
work.
I said some of her best. I said we
some
gonna
of-
herald those years as if they were the
I don't
90s
think, but when I
years.
think about Mary J. Blige, I don't think about.
You gotta
that
think about
era.
when she came back, because when she came
I mean,
back,
it's not that I don't
that
think
was
about it.
what
But
was it?
as far as my favorite things, I don't.
Damn, what was the song where she was
What?
she wasn't
Only song I gotta think about
no
is that I wanna
hateration.
be
She
with
wasn't
you.
accepting no
Don't be
holleration.
Hateration.
In this
Holleration
dancery.
In this dancery.
That was that era.
I know, but that's
No,
still
what's
not
the love
my.
song?
That's
that
when she
did?
became like an Oprah
That gotta
couch
be with
member.
you.
You
wanna
know what I
be with
mean?
you, gotta be with you.
That's
I
that
can't-
era.
I
That's
can't
What
stand
about?
with you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love
But
that song.
it is a favorite from
That-
fans.
I mean,
but
she
not
has
me.
good
That's a
songs,
cut.
but I don't. But I'm thinking about collective.
Looking for
He's like, no, you're not
That's
getting
Diddy.
it.
That
He's
was-
like, let me sing all these
She
songs
was
for
40.
you because you're not getting
What I'm
it.
saying is
Like,
like
she was 40.
she was 40. So like that's what I'm saying. Like she was 36. Like these shits when them shit like y'all know how this shit go, man.
I know.
Music is mostly, if it's not R&B, it's usually a young person's game.
Yeah.
So when
yeah.
you had your era for the 90s and then you come back in the mid 2000s and kill the game, that's what I mean by that was some of her best, because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
anything
That's
that happened
fair.
between 98 and 2004, nobody gave a fuck about from Mary or Mariah Carey. But
No, Larry, we cared about
I
it.
remember.
I'm sorry.
Now,
No,
Larry.
I'm sorry.
What's that music video?
Mariah Carey had them records with like the rappers and shit at that time. That was
she had her own shit.
It was
but they was gone. They
Park.
wasn't even out from like 03 to like 05. They was gone. And then JD was like, all right, I'm done with Usher. I just showed y'all what I could do with him. Let me bring y'all back out again. And he hit with
Let me bring y'all back.
because he was like, look, I'm about to make sure people know because at this point we got Sierra, we got Beyonce, we got Ashanti, we got Anne Marie had just dropped and all that shit. So like all this shit was coming out. We had Cassie, not to say we had her, she had 2 songs, but we had an emergence of new artists, and it was like, nah, these 2 right here are the queens right now. Right. Like Mariah Carey, we gonna solidify her career, we gonna solidify Mary's career, and then Beyonce is gonna just do what she gonna do. You know what I mean? Like Beyonce is who she is, but like at that time, they had to put people in check, and I rock with like being able to do that, and it all comes back to being able to listen. Like your boy Omarion. Omarion is a loser. I just want y'all to know he's a fucking loser.
Because he did this too.
When that nigga came out with this whole new era of like wearing crocodile teeth in his braids and fucking
didn't know that.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. This whole like I'm holistic shit and I believe in spirits in the world.
Right.
You wasn't on that. This is a tactic to get hoes. No.
It's because of because of Orion. Because I feel like he's like that.
Orion is the same. Them niggas is trying to fuck as many bitches as they can.
Okay.
What y'all don't get?
It's so crazy how quick the world can like change their mind because before the versus battle, women, not Larry, women were standing Omarion and Orion, especially because of like his silence during the whole baby mama and Lil Fierce thing. He was eating watermelons. People was going crazy. He brought his brother out on stage. People was fucking with him. He did that versus battle, and now it's just
because it was
lame. Table.
Yeah, go ahead.
When women like somebody, they very gullible. And it's very easy to make women like you when you just listen to them. So like, oh yeah, y'all like niggas who pro women super hard and will wear hoochie daddy shorts and have nose rings and motherfucking the whole
like
earth
nigga.
That's all my
Daddy shorts nose rings.
Not like that though. No, like the whole earth look and the whole I'm unbothered thing. That was all to get bitches.
That's
always Brianna's type.
That's always been my type.
Orion was
y'all
always
can believe that if y'all want to.
Well, if you see old pictures of him, even like when he was with Janae, like when they had their baby.
And that's how Janae is.
Orion was always like
Orion might be slow, but I'm saying Omarion was doing that as a tactic to get women. This is all about, just like that dude on the internet who used to, Something Hill Senior. He a poet. But back in the early days of Twitter, he used to tweet these things that would get the women riled up. And it would only be because he wants women to fuck. He married LaToya Luckett for like a year and shit. Not Rob Hill Sr. Niggas do this type of shit. I want y'all to know, any nigga who's like super very vocal about being a woman's advocate is a fucking predator. Y'all better be real about that. Y'all gotta understand that.
Every single one.
I said most. Okay, most of them.
Crazy episode.
I would say
because that means who do we have?
no, but I would
trust.
You got regular guys who are still gonna stand on their beliefs, but also understand where you coming from. Not the guys who gonna throw all they shit away to be on y'all wave. Because them niggas are really just trying to rack up as many hoes as they can. I've seen it happen on many times where niggas who I thought were like, well, I never thought, but women thought that were on their side end up being fucking pedophiles, rapists, fucking creeps.
The worst of the worst. You're not even
worst.
talking about
Mass cheaters.
like just getting
The worst.
hoes. You turned it.
Cheaters is cool because that's in all of us. But I mean, like, and I don't mean cool.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because I have a question for you.
Oh, God.
Ask me.
Back in 2018 when you were on this show, we were having a conversation, a long and in-depth conversation about how, as people grow more popular, it's very difficult to be faithful. And you were saying, like, you're not on that level yet. Well, since then, lots of things have happened. My guy has been on HBO. Like, my guy has been. So are you finding
And you were single then when we talked.
I was single then, but at that time in my life, I was going through, I was just getting older.
Yeah.
Now, I'm, I got a family, y'all. Like, it's not like, I try to separate that from myself and what I do. But
are you finding it difficult? Are you finding the temptation?
No, because I'm more, which I wouldn't understand, but I'm more of an introvert than anything. I like to be by myself. I like to be at home. I don't like to talk too much, even though shout out to John, Basil, you know what I mean? Like, she said it like that, so I got to say it like that. But, like, shout out to the guys and shit. But, like, I'm not really, like, a big talker like that with people I don't know like that. And I'm really, like, to myself, and I really like to separate what I do from my real life. Because what I do in real life, people wouldn't even expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't know how I parent, you know what I mean? Or how much my family values me more than anything to me. So, like, I wouldn't give up what I do for my family, but I would definitely tweak what I do for my family. If it means, like, going out, which I don't do. I never like the club. I always like to dress how I want to dress. So, I don't really like having to. I went to the club one time, and they told me no white bottoms on my shoes because I had white bottoms on my shoes.
What does that mean?
I don't even know.
It was literally like a black
the
shoe.
bottom of the gym shoe can't
literally
be white?
like the sole. Like this yellow part right here was white. And niggas was like, no, you can't come in. And after that, I mean, it wasn't after that, but it was that was my final strike. And I was like, y'all niggas is, my goal now, and I hope any promoter is looking at any security, I'm smoking in every one of y'all motherfucking clubs, nigga. I'm smoking everywhere I go. I went to Brian Barber. I smoked that bitch out. I smoked out Club Paris. I smoked out Shrine, of course. That's easy. Y'all love me. I smoked out fucking Bevy. I'm smoking every club out. I smoked at the motherfucking spot. Y'all saw me on the roof. I smoked there too. I'm not going. Y'all niggas ain't gonna tell me what to do. Fuck y'all niggas.
Not just putting it out. But anyway. That was Reggie's.
But anyway.
It was a good time.
Oh, man.
I like to separate that shit because that shit real to me. This shit fake. You know what I mean? Like, this shit cool. Like, I'm who I am always, but like, you know, I ain't fighting no extra shit. Bitches ain't coming at me in flocks. Like, they come here and there, but most of the time it's just like, you know, you're not gonna even see me. Right. I'm outside. I'm not outside like that no more. Like, I'm outside if you want to know where to eat. I'm outside for the festivals, but I'm not like at the club. I've never been enamored by that stuff.
Do you feel like having your daughter like helped change, or do you feel like, because based on our conversation, you were already like headed in this direction from what it sounded like?
Except for the kid part, I wasn't ready to have a child.
Right, not have a child, but I'm saying, do you feel like having her helped shape this outlook even more?
It's my excuse.
I have asked men tons of times, like, I'd be like, you should act the way that you would want somebody to treat your daughter or your sister or your you know, like, I always will like say that to guys, and they'll get like irritated.
Like, why,
like, it's not the same.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because most niggas is fake, and most niggas can't be themselves. Most niggas get nervous around women. So they don't know how to act. So they'll do stupid stuff or make people uncomfortable because they don't know how to be. I love the fact that y'all invited me. The last podcast I did was a woman too. Women fuck with me, even if I do say stuff that y'all don't fuck with. Because I'm going to stand on that, but I'm also respect y'all in the way where y'all live like me, niggas. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fuck hoes, you need to live like me. Because I'm never going to rub nobody wrong. But I'm not gonna.
You are gonna rub people wrong.
But not to the point where you hate me, unless it's on the internet.
You're right.
The internet is a different thing because you don't know me. But like in real life,
I have a confession to make.
What is it?
I unfollowed you on Twitter.
I know you did. I know you did.
Did you really?
I seen it.
Because of something that he said, and I was just in a very.
People do that. It's cool.
Did you see it really?
I did see she unfollowed me for 100%. And you know what I did?
What?
Unfollow back. I don't play that shit. I don't play that. Most people who follow me and I follow them and then they unfollow me and I unfollow them and they follow me again, they'll never get followed back. I don't, because it's like we living in
but I'm an Aquarius, so
world.
we got a similar pride. So I never followed you back.
It's cool.
But you're you, so I see your tweets. Like,
and when I see you outside, it's always the same.
It's always love. But I was in a very particularly like insecure moment, and you
said some shit.
That might have...
He be saying undesirables.
What that got to do with you?
You be talking about a certain type of woman, and I fit some of those demographics
well,
now.
You need to change some of the ways you do, because I'm going to be honest with you.
Ooh, what'd he say?
Let me be honest with you. Let me be honest with you.
No.
The thing about undesirables to
She
me
wanted to fight.
is not
I
always...
was
it's not always about looks. It's about, do a nigga want you?
That particular...
And niggas don't be
What
wanting...
did he say?
What did I say? Tell me.
That particular tweet was specifically geared towards someone who was bigger, like a fat woman.
What did I say?
What did he say?
I don't remember. This was long time ago. But I saw that in just my mind and being where I am with my insecurities and my own body. I was like, fuck Larry.
I ain't never... The thing is...
I was like, fuck him.
The thing is,
I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, so now I'm undesirable because I gained some weight.
I gotta really watch what I say. I mean, not like that, but like I need to go back and look at the things I say, because
as we all do.
how I really feel, I don't feel like anybody can be not desired. I just feel like when it comes down to it, it's like certain people have to understand it's levels to everything. Mm-hmm. And most people don't get it. I just tweeted this the other day. Meek Mill's song Levels is way better than Dreams and Nightmares, because it really like, it's levels to everything. Yeah. It's levels to, you know, niggas who can hoop, and you know niggas who can play in this professionally, and you know niggas who can play in the NBA. Yeah. And all of them ain't the same niggas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same thing with music. You know niggas who could make music, but they not actually stars. Mm-hmm. It's just always levels to stuff. And I feel like when it comes to like relationships and like women and things like that, this new world got this thing where we make everybody think they bad. Mm-hmm. But everybody got to be first place. Everybody not fucking first place. Yeah. It's a such thing as light skin privilege. It's a such thing as fine privilege. Mm-hmm. It's a such thing as fucking I don't know. That's pretty much it. Those are the two things. Like, those are the two privileges. Yeah. Like, light skin privilege is a thing. Fine bitch privilege is a thing. Mm-hmm. Fine people privilege is a thing.
Absolutely.
And that's just what it is. And you can't blame people for that. Blame science for it. Because at the end of the day, no, seriously, beauty is a scientific thing. Yeah. It's about proportions. It's about symmetry. Your eyes got to be the same amount apart. They can't be one and up and one a little down.
One up, one down.
You know, your ears can't be uneven. Your lining can't be uneven. You got to be perfect. That's what beautiful is. Yeah. So if we all understand that, then we also have to understand that we all ain't the same shit. So I don't know what I said.
All you're saying right now is like, be clear. You're a big bitch. Like, you're not saying
no, I'm
nothing.
not. Cause it's
you're not like you're explaining what you meant instead of
people
being
like whatever they like. We were just talking about how niggas was mad about not having panties, not having your panty. You was selling, well, not you, but women are sending synthetic pussy smells on panties. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people like what they like.
Yeah, they do.
So it's people who like bigger girls. It's people who like girls with no booty. It's people who like big booties. It's people who like girls with gaps.
There's something for everybody.
That's a thing. Like, people love girls with gaps. People love girls with freckles. People love girls. It don't matter what their body like. If you got freckles, I'm on you. You know what I'm saying?
Or I'm on you.
Or if you got a big booty, it don't matter if you got a belly with it. I'm on you.
Right.
And what I'm thinking is that if everybody understand who they are and what they got,
absolutely,
then we'd be good. Mm-hmm. Every bitch ain't Beyonce. Every bitch ain't Rihanna.
No.
Every nigga ain't Idris Elba.
No.
Or I don't know another nigga that women love like that, because I hope y'all don't love Drake like that.
No, I love Jesse
Williams. Get the fuck out of here.
His dick big as fuck. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Dick sizes.
I don't give a fuck.
Michael B. Jordan.
He only put his dick out because y'all already hated him for treating his wife the way he treated her.
And I'm curious.
Now y'all back on it.
Now I'm curious.
Women don't have no fucking morals. All this shit women be talking about it being standing on. Y'all be on some. Y'all loved her when she was.
I just got divorced. What did he do to his wife?
Not y'all, but women. The majority of women were on that wave. I would say.
I'm not good at the internet, so I probably just missed the story.
I'm gonna go with internet.
I never stopped loving Jesse Williams. It was a moment of like,
he's a piece of shit, but I'll fuck him.
No, not it was a little determined, because it's like, of course, because when you lust after a man, as me, I like to know that someone who we all agree is attractive, and he's fine, and he's smart, and he's articulate. It was like icing on the cake that he was married and he treated his wife well. And so when shit didn't go well there, it was kind of like, oh,
I'm taking it back. And then he put his dick out and he was like, I'm back.
I'm back.
I love him again.
But that's really how it is.
Hey, Mike, you ever met?
Like he took his dick out for a show. We shouldn't have even saw that.
We should not have seen that.
Y'all can lie if you want. I'm a nigga.
But I did.
I'm a man. Big. Okay, so where we gonna lose? Where y'all gonna lose at this is right now?
I'm not losing nothing.
You're losing now because I'm a man. So I can tell you the reason he even accepted that role was because he knew his dick would get out. So he knew bitches would get back on his side. This is all a ploy.
This is Broadway. You know
Yeah.
how many
that was
but you know how many nude
I know that,
shows?
but he accepted the role. He asked for the role because
but you know
he knew his dick would be out.
Like how many shows occur where
So
people
And
are
niggas
full
who in
frontal?
trouble, Trey Songz would get on a dick open show right now if he could, just so y'all could love him again.
That wouldn't have the same effect for me.
It wouldn't because he's
Why not?
he's done
bad
because
things.
what he's done is way worse than Jesse
Understandable,
Williams.
but he do it.
But Jesse
okay,
Williams.
well,
like,
you know what
just
Trey Songz
wasn't
will
a
do
great
right now
husband.
today? He'll go on the Slut Walk 2022 with
That
Amber
wouldn't do it
Rose.
for me neither.
Whatever it takes, he'll do it. This is what I'm just trying to
whatever
understand.
yeah.
Jesse Williams
As he should.
pulled his dick out
And his
because
dick
he
is
wanted y'all
gorgeous.
to like it.
And
He
we
wanted
like
y'all to like him again.
I don't
Because
think he did
guarantee,
it
I
for
never
that.
stopped liking him.
I guarantee this
I just
nigga's
was
gonna be on
disappointed.
TV after this shit is over. He's gonna be back on TV and back in the good graces of people because he pulled his fucking dick out.
But that's
Y'all,
because that's
But was he
something
ever
different.
like really off?
yes, he was.
That's
That's
I
what
didn't
me.
know this.
how
Not
many?
to me.
I'm sorry
I
y'all
don't
didn't
know.
know, but I'm
That's
telling
what
y'all
I'm
the
saying.
truth.
Just left Grey's Anatomy. That
Yeah,
just
like
happened.
6 years ago,
No,
5
that
years
was
ago.
That was like
year.
1 year ago.
No.
That was his last year.
It was literally just
That was
1 year.
Google
ago.
it.
last-
Google
Someone
it.
Google it.
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna Google
Google
it. I know it was last
Okay,
year.
but
You sure it was last
Okay.
year? Or was it the episodes that he was filming that
well,
was
it was the
put out
last
last
season.
year?
It was
Right.
last season.
Right, but I
so
think
he still got paid either way.
if I'm
he
not
got
mistaken,
paid through
Jesse Williams left that show so he would not have to. I'm getting Jussies and Jessies
Jussies.
confused. They all goofies to me. But Jesse left the show the same time he was going through that shit with that girl. And if I'm not mistaken, his woman.
So
And if I'm
that
not
girl.
mistaken, he did that so it was something about the money he would owe her. So he could say that he didn't have to pay her as much because he wasn't making as much. This happened in like 2018 when we did
But
our
he
last
was,
episode.
but he was
guys.
definitely on Grey's
Come on,
Anatomy past
guys.
that though.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm
those
saying
episodes
he
might have
didn't
been
leave-
filmed after. I mean, they might have been filmed then.
Well, they were.
might have been
I
put
know
out.
he filmed after COVID.
You know that?
Yes, because
Maybe he
they
took a pay
did
cut.
the show
All I know is-
based on COVID times.
We
Like,
gonna
so
Google
he
this
did
when
film
this
after
show
COVID.
is over.
Google this.
When
No,
this
this
show
show
is
is
over,
over
we get
right
into the
now.
fucking the
gotta go.
the tragedy of Jesse Williams.
We
And
don't have to. But I do.
Go ahead, do
I'm
your
happy
thing. I'm
that
about
we
to
got
Google
to
this
talk
right
out
here.
loud.
No,
about-
Hilary is definitely coming back, you guys. Obviously.
About my grievances that I have with you, and you're
no,
my guy.
I want you to understand that there is not. If it's any problem with you, it's not physical. It could be it could be like a internal thing.
You don't have to search for a problem.
I'm not trying to search your problem.
You almost said you can just leave it at this
But
note.
what I'm saying is my thing about undesirables. This is their thing. This is what undesirables to me
let's explain
is.
that.
So undesirables to me, first of all, most time they ugly. Let's get that out the way.
Okay.
Most time, but you can be a pretty undesirable.
You can.
Undesirables are people who niggas are gonna avoid, and the things that niggas avoid are see, when I say these things, I don't want you to take it like, because if I say like, the bitch talk too much. Oh, she's strong and she's up front.
right.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
Bitches
She
be
just
talking
talks
too
too
much.
Yeah.
Bitches be, and when I say that, I mean it be women out here who, if you wake up every morning and you got hate nigga on your breath, then you're not gonna be a desirable.
Right.
If you niggas don't like women who, of course, bash niggas.
Yeah.
But I feel like women who are like Susan B. Anthony type of women, they are not getting fucked like that. That's why they like that. And
Susan B. Anthony
because it's
was a
like,
lesbian,
I'm gonna be
wasn't
honest with y'all. No, I'm just saying, like, you know,
nothing about
the
it.
champions of
think you
them.
don't.
Yeah.
Cardi B's and fucking, what's the girl name who everybody called a goofy on Sunday and she's still getting paid every month?
Who?
City girl.
Oh, Carisha.
Carisha is still getting
Carisha.
paid.
I don't think she's a goofy
She
at
know her
all.
fucking role.
I think she's having a good time,
She
and I
is.
understand.
She understand what she doing too. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think she's having a fun time.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
But she be doing goofy stuff in
Women,
between.
good hood women
I mean, I don't
win
see
That
more
little internet
than other women.
argument she had
Oh, I didn't see none
was
But that
Oh
girl-
yeah, that was funny.
Was
Nah,
ridiculous.
because her and that girl was going back and forth about who was Diddy's real
right.
man bitch.
Who's the girl? Who's the
the,
other?
Some
one?
Asian
the,
chick.
Asian girl he was dating,
And she just still trying to post
but
receipts.
that
It
also
don't matter.
does
It's
music
Diddy.
or trying to do music.
It's Diddy,
but
man. Like,
but she is having fun. But the little stuff like that is what'll make me be like, what are you doing if you're just having fun?
It don't matter though. It's-
Like
no.
don't be
Well,
on
a
here.
ghetto
But
bitch
you
is
know,
still a ghetto bitch.
exactly.
So
That's
it's like
a
if it's an
Have fun
argument, then I'm
regardless.
gonna argue if that's the
arguing
type
fun.
of bitch
That's
I
fun
am.
arguments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Her and JT laughing at some $1 million shit that other girl ain't at. She in her apartment waiting on Diddy to call her.
Yeah, and then she gonna be on the same yacht
Yeah, that's
you was
fine.
just
But I was on it
like,
first, bitch. I was
I
on
don't
it
know
first.
if she
You know
was.
why? Because
I
I
know
don't get
ghetto
on his
bitches
nerves.
and ghetto bitches.
I think she was
not gonna
pre-
I know
turn
ghetto
down.
bitches. And ghetto bitches are better than the bitches
Oh.
on the internet.
Okay, so well, I appreciate you giving us a rundown of what an undesirable was, and
In a way, I didn't give it all the way.
but also kind of securing the fact that I am not one of them.
No. It's just like you gotta watch what you're doing. You gotta know what you're giving off to men. That's just real shit. Like whatever you're giving off could be the fault. If it is a fault, I'm just saying, like, you gotta make sure that you know when to not talk about certain stuff, or just, and it ain't even like certain stuff. It's just like the way you approach certain situations could be undesirable. Okay. Not you, but just.
But
in
when
general.
we talk, we're going to talk about this offline, because the more you talk, the more I think maybe I am one.
Okay.
Because I do think that I am a little too woke sometimes. Like I'm like that annoyingly.
How woke are you? You call yourself a feminist?
I call myself a womanist.
Okay.
Because
You a little woke then, because black women in that word feminist.
No, because
ain't
feminism
really,
is some white
woman shit,
and it's very gate kept, and I don't
Come
think
on
that
now,
white
they gonna
women
tug
deserve
at y'all
gate
just to
shit.
get their shit off and then leave y'all in the dust,
Exactly.
and y'all be sitting up here running
and
around.
now they looking back at us because now that they did some shit that affects all of us, and now they looking back at black women and try to get us to do the shit that we've been doing.
I went to a white bar and they was
Suck
having a
out of my
twerk
ass.
off. I went to a white bar. They was having a
That's
twerk
a
off.
great time to wrap this up.
You know what I mean, so that's normally that's how it goes.
We can follow each other back today, right?
Yeah, this is the last time. I'm at like 990 something. I can't be just. If I hit 1,000, I gotta go through my shit and unfollow like 10 people.
I do that too. On my
I can't
Instagram,
have
I keep it at a
1,000.
smooth
I don't think
700.
Instagram, I
do.
could have 1,000 or more. I don't care about Instagram.
That's because you got a lot of Instagram followers. I only got 1,700 Instagram followers, so I
It's just a lot of people I want to
700.
see. But watch, I'm about to delete a good 300.
Okay,
Right.
well then
Because
you
most
can
of
put
them is
me-
just
you
eye
can put me
candy
where
that
they
I don't
are.
even fuck with. It's just like, oh yeah, you a fine Instagram bitch that I followed in 2017. I just never unfollow you because you look different than all the other Instagram bitches.
Right.
Yep.
But now all of them look like you. So picking the best one. Bye bye.
Okay.
Jesse
well,
Williams did leave Grey's Anatomy in 2021.
He left in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many roles did he have before then? How many scenes did he have before then? Google
Wait,
that.
what?
Google that. Because I'm saying.
What did you say?
Don't
in
get
the
him
show?
started.
We gonna look
In
this up.
Grey's
We gonna look
Anatomy?
this up.
You
I
saying
can't.
how many scenes did he have in Grey's
In
Anatomy?
since he broke up with his wife, I'ma just when we
So,
get off of here, I'ma look up and see what that reason was. That because it was a reason women were against Jesse Williams, and then
I
this
remember
nigga
that too. I just
pulled
don't
his
remember
dick
what
out,
it was.
It just
and now
wasn't
y'all
deep
all
enough for me.
magically
Yeah,
back.
I was never against
You're
him.
saying y'all, and we're not a part of that y'all.
Yeah, because you never left.
I never left.
What I'm saying is,
because I
to
was
the
just like,
viewers,
that's fucked up that you
is the
treated
camera
your
on
wife
me?
like that.
Is
but
the
I-
camera on me?
It's
But
on
when
you.
did he do that?
I just want to say this to the ladies
Okay.
who viewing. No. I'm sorry. To the niggas who viewing.
Okay.
Specifically, my homie Bobby Sly. Pull
Don't
your dick out.
Talk to him.
Pull your dick out.
We're not talking to him.
If you want to get out of
Last
jail,
person
no,
you
we're
you're
not
right.
talking to him on this
Wait.
platform.
The last person
100%
that
right.
needs that advice.
Blame John Basil.
Lock your dick up.
Trey
That's what he needs
Songz,
to do.
before you go down.
No.
Pull your dick out, nigga.
No.
Right.
Get
I
them
hate
on
that.
your side.
No.
Oh,
Because
but wait.
what
Trey Songz had a
Songz
no.
and
Trey
Bobby
Songz
Sly
had a
did
leak or
is
something before though, didn't he?
different. It's worse. Yeah, we all know what Trey Songz.
Oh, I
look
got the
like.
best person. Here we go. Daniel Caesar. Pull your dick out. They canceled you like 6 years ago.
I
Come
don't
back.
think-
Pull
I
your
He
dick out.
ain't
I
been
gotta-
back
I
since.
gotta
He
feel
been
it.
back since.
But I ain't gonna lie. I got a feeling that dick not gonna do what you
It
want
might
it
not.
to.
It
I
might
got a
not.
feeling
But
it's
I
not.
just. What the point is that
I
if you
don't
pull your
know
dick out, the
anything
ladies are
about
back.
any of these people.
Right.
You know
Like, I
Daniel
don't
Caesar
know.
got canceled.
I know he got canceled. Couldn't tell you why.
'Cause he was
I don't
fighting for
know
Yes
what's
Jills.
up with Trey
Yeah, 'cause he
Songz.
was.
Trey Songz is
I
an
don't know
abuser.
why he's against.
Trey Songz
why-
Trey
is a
Songz
sexual
is an
predator.
abuser, a sexual predator.
Who said this?
He kicked the dark-skinned girl out of his section, and he can't sing. Put him out. Get him out.
Okay, off camera, y'all have to explain to me because who said this? Who makes the announcements and then everybody be like,
You gotta be
yes,
on Twitter.
You
we
the one that
agree.
said you follow the Shade Room like the news. You should
I
know more
do.
than I do.
Shade Room ain't
The Shade
really
Room
it
is
though.
terrible.
Gossip in the
Terrible,
gossip in
terrible.
the city
I
is
know,
where it's at,
I know
man.
this
The
things
Shade
from
Room
podcasts.
typically
Huh?
posts
I know
stuff
these
that
things
they
because of
know to be
podcasts.
true.
And they all know this
Right.
from Twitter.
Like the
It's
Shade
just
Room
still
really
bad.
don't
Twitter
post
is where it's
like
at.
Yeah,
you
gossip.
gotta-
Like the
just get
Shade
on
Room
Twitter.
posts like
All
what
right.
they
Get on
confirm.
Twitter.
You tell the people where they
Tell
can
us
find
everything.
You, just,
We're
just in
gonna
case they
look.
don't know.
Twitter
Of
is,
course they know.
you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Twitter is Larry is Legend. One word. Instagram is Larry's Legend 1. I'm going to find a nigga who got Larry's Legend. I'm going to get that shit back. I deleted that shit because I was with a girl who asked me to delete my Instagram, and then I got it back like 3 weeks later. It was gone. So, Larry's Legend 1, Larry's Legend. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't really do too much else no more.
Not yet.
I mean, I do a lot of shit, but I just don't do nothing weekly no more.
Yeah, for sure.
You got stuff coming.
You ain't gotta do that.
Word.
You don't have to do that.
It's so ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking.
Well, you can continue to do all the things that you've always done and follow us on all the places where we can be followed. You can follow us at Away with Words, the podcast on Instagram, and you can follow me there at Bree.stories and at Bree_stories on Twitter. And you can follow at Tati on Instagram and at Hey Tati on Twitter. And please do not play yourself by not following at MJM Kid and at moments_stew because you just should. Okay? We love y'all so much, and we're gonna see y'all next week. Everybody say bye.
Bye. Bye.